What would you do if you lost everything: your job, your income, your identity, and nobody told you the truth about what comes next? Someone I know, smart, hardworking, loyal to their company for years, got a calendar invite one morning with no subject line. 3 people in the room. A closed door. And for words, "We're letting you go." They walked out of that building with a box of their things and sat in their car for 45 minutes without moving, not crying, not calling anyone, just or sitting, because nobody prepares you for that moment. The first week felt manageable. They updated their resume, told themselves it would be fine, applied to a few jobs. By week 3, the rejection emails started stacking up. By week 5, they stopped telling people what was going on. Because here's the first thing nobody tells you about getting laid off: it's not just financial. It destroys your identity. When someone asks, "What do you do?" At a dinner party, what do you say when the answer is nothing? That question alone kept this person up at night. The lowest moment came when they found themselves sitting on the bathroom floor at 2 a.m., phone in hand, scrolling job listings they weren't even qualified for, just to feel like they were doing something. That's when it hit them: they had spent years building someone else's dream and had no idea what their own looked like. Because for the first time in years, they were finally asking the right question. What do I actually want? Here's what nobody tells you about unemployment. And I mean nobody. Hidden truth 1, the grief is real and it's supposed to hurt. Losing a job triggers the same neurological response as losing a person. Psychologists call it ambiguous loss grief. Without a funeral, there's no ceremony, no permission to mourn. You're just expected to move on. But you can't outrun grief. You have to go through it. Hidden truth 2, your network disappears faster than your savings. Most of the relationships you built at work were transactional, and that's not an insult. It's just true. When the shared context disappears, so do the people. This is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of how workplace relationships actually work. Hidden truth 3, the job you lost probably wasn't right for you anyway. Studies show that most people who are laid off report feeling disengaged or unfulfilled in their role before the layoff happened. The layoff didn't end something good, it ended something that was already ending. Hidden truth 4, the system is not designed to help you, it's designed to process you. Unemployment benefits, job boards, recruiter calls, none of it is built around your potential. It's built around filling roles as quickly as possible. Knowing this doesn't make it easier, but it stops you from blaming yourself when the system fails you. So why does unemployment hit so hard even when we know logically that losing a job doesn't define us? The answer lies in something psychologists call identity fusion. From the time we're children, we're asked one question more than almost any other: what do you want to be when you grow up? Not who, what? We are conditioned from childhood to tie our sense of self to our professional output. So when the job disappears, it doesn't just feel like losing work. It feels like losing yourself. Psychologist Meredith Fuller describes this as the invisible uniform. The job is the uniform, and when it's taken away, we feel exposed, naked, vulnerable. But here's where the psychology gets interesting. Research from the University of Michigan found that people who experience involuntary job loss and use that period for identity exploration, not just job searching, report significantly higher life satisfaction 5 years later than those who immediately re-entered the workforce. Let me say that again: the people who paused, who asked hard questions, who used the gap ended up happier, more fulfilled, more aligned with who they actually were. Unemployment, psychologically speaking, is not a crisis, it is a forced identity audit. And most people fail it not because they aren't capable, but because nobody told them that's what it was. Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, We are challenged to change ourselves. That is exactly what unemployment demands, not anew. Resume a new self-understanding. So if you're in this right now, or if you know someone who is, here is what the psychology actually tells us to do. Step 1. Name the grief. Don't skip it. Don't hustle past it. Write down what you've lost, not just the income, but the identity, the routine, the sense of purpose. Naming it is the first step to moving through it. Step 2. Separate who you are from what you did. Make a list of your values, your strengths, your proudest moments that have nothing to do with your job title. That list is closer to who you actually are than any LinkedIn profile. Step 3. Use the gap intentionally. The research is clear the people who treat this period as exploration, not just job searching, come out better. What have you always wanted to try? What problem do you wish existed a solution for? Start there. Step 4. Rebuild your identity before you rebuild your resume. The job will come. Or something better than a job will come. But if you go back to the workforce as the same person who got laid off, you'll end up in the same place. Step 5. Tell your story. The person who sat on that bathroom floor at 2 a.m. That story has power. Your story has power. The most connected, most successful people are not the ones with the best credentials, they're the ones brave enough to be honest about their journey. Getting laid off is not the end of your story. It is the end of your first draft. And everybody knows the second draft is always better. If this gave you something, share it with someone who's in the middle of it right now. They might need to hear this more than you know. Subscribe for more honest content about the things nobody talks about. And drop a comment, what's the one thing nobody told you about losing a job? Let's build that. Conversation below. I'll see you in the next one.